months now.
Yeah, it's
been something.
It's been an adjustment. So I was a glorified secretary, really. And so I was doing that day to day, which I still do now.
Bloody Pete.
Yeah, with actually a lot more efficiency. I'm very, very efficient at my job now. But yes, I was actually walking back to the office. I'd gone on a coffee run, blindsided out of nowhere, hit by a car. I don't really remember what happened much after that until I randomly woke up.
There's no cure for being dead. You're dead forever. At least I won't decompose, which is a plus. I was staying up until 4 in the morning, so I ordered myself 5 cups of Costa coffee, but it wasn't enough. So the next morning, as soon as I opened, I bought myself 10. And the next thing I know, my heart just stopped and I collapsed.
I lived a full and happy life. Raised a son and some grandchildren, and I retired, and I was enjoying my retirement, and I just simply died of old age. And then suddenly I wake up, I'm in this sort of limbo, really. I don't know how else to describe it.
I didn't know if he was actually going to go for good or not. Was he going to come back? Was he not? I was concerned, but now I've got my answer a bit more regulated, I'd say. I do have a few undead friends, so it wasn't a completely new experience to me. I think taking consideration of his condition, a lot of my friends do need a bit of space to process things.
Me and my sister, yeah, we would do a lot of, it was kind of like that thing, we'd go out and buy makeup and, we used to get ready, we'd get ready for nights out and do the whole glam thing, but makeup, yeah, it doesn't really sit, it's very thin, bits of it will kind of crumble or like mush, for a better word.
Yeah, it affects more, the bits where you were hit, like in your hip or side, that's where it's that's the worst bit.
The bones that were broken, let's just say they are still.
I was kind of hoping that I would come to the end of my life and look back on it with some fondness, but now I can only imagine it stretching out into the future to some undetermined point.
There's not really much medical science as such on how to fix up zombies, because usually when you're dead, you're dead. I mean, I don't even really like the term zombie.
No.
I don't see myself as a zombie.
No, because the thing is like, you watch The Walking Dead and they're just a bunch of mindless
Exactly.
creatures.
This is my day-to-day life. Like, this is the reality of how I'm living.
Yeah.
People will cross the street to avoid me, and I'm still me. I just look a little bit, I do look a bit different, and I know people get a bit weirded out by that, but essentially I'm the same person.
But it's not transmissible, it just sort of happens.
No, I think this is a big misconception as well, that people think that I'm going to somehow make them sick. It's a real bummer because I really want to travel. I want to see the world as much as the next person. It's something that we did quite a bit of before this all happened, but there's so many places that I still want to see, but legally a lot of them I can't.
And that's what I'm confused about, because I'm allowed to. Even though I'm married to you, even though it's on record that I spend pretty much 99% of my time around her, I am allowed to go to any country I wish. They haven't banned that. The thing is, it's like, if you're terrified of every person who walks down the street, then you're not living your life, are you?
Yeah, there's probably so many people that you walk past day to day that are more likely to be like some sort of murderer than I am.
Yeah,
like,
it's
I'm just me.
seven murders in your lifetime or something.
Yeah, something like that, isn't it? And I'm not a threat to anybody. Don't wish ill will on anybody or
You just challenge.
Just challenge.
My grandchildren especially, who are already teenagers, I'm 75, are delighted that I'm still around. Whether that can be said of my son, I don't know, but my friends, they seem to fall away as soon as I started to develop the symptoms of the virus. That's what they're calling it, the virus.
Obviously, they don't need to sleep as much, eat as much, drink as much, socialise as much. Things that we classify as, social norms, human norms, doesn't really need to abide by that much. But he still can. I think the option that he doesn't need to anymore, and not just Simon, I've noticed this with a lot of undead people on the news. Some of my friends have this idea And it's just the thought that they just don't need to, so they won't. And I think at the end of the day, he's still human. Can't we still treat him like humans?
It'd be nice getting to know people like me, you know? Rather than everyone else. My life's made more sense. This is what I'm meant to be. I'm happy to not be integrated with society. I mean, what society anymore? There's no society, just the people you decide to be with.
I think he's get bullied quite a bit. A bit of social trauma, which has caused him to stay indoors for quite a bit, and it only just sort of got worse from there. He seemed quite uncomfortable with his life beforehand. He seemed quite like a social, he felt like a social outcast. Now it sort of feels like he's more satisfied with that label now. As much as it does kind of hurt to watch, he seems more comfortable with it. I'm cautiously optimistic, there we go, yes, with a bit of caution. Like, career-wise, it's going to be amazing. Don't know how amazing, but it's going to be amazing. I can assume what's right, what's, right for him, but I'm never going to properly know.
We go through from one issue to another. Like 50 years ago, it was the AIDS crisis. 5 years ago, it was the rights for trans people, and now it's completely changed. It's going to go to someone else. People have forgotten all about that issue. The second a new one comes along, you seem to forget that they had problems with it beforehand.
Yeah.
People need something to hate.
They do need someone to hate. They need someone to scapegoat and to project onto and to hate. Yeah, and we are now that target.
Look, I am fully willing to admit that evidently the zombies are alive, as people have noticed, but I think it is simply ridiculous to try and say that these people hold the same status as those that are fully alive. At no point is it possible to acknowledge that these are even on the same level. They never will be.
So, would you say that your organisation is pro-zombie?
I see absolutely no reason to oppose zombies, to exclude them from society. That is not what I'm saying, and implying that I had is ridiculous. What I'm saying is that they are simply not comparable to those that are fully alive and never have been.
How many people in your organisation are actually undead?
Well, we don't necessarily fully employ zombies. Of course, if the undead, as you name them, do wish to join our organisation, they of course can volunteer.
How come you and your son are on a rough patch, if I may ask?
Well, he's joined this organisation that claims to help people like me, but I've never been helped by them.
Would you consider yourself an advocate on their behalf?
Of course I'm an advocate. I couldn't be prejudiced against one person like any other. And I do believe that zombies are people to some degree.
Now, we don't have to talk about this if you don't want to, but we believe he was bequested quite a large amount of money in your will, but given that you're still legally alive, he hasn't been able to receive that at all.
That is the case.
It's such a complicated issue, and I think you've chosen the wrong person to comment on it, especially when it's such a divisive issue.
Sir, you're the head of a zombie advocacy society. How is that irrelevant?
Look, I think what you're trying to do is you're trying to catch me out here. I have never once said that I think zombies are any different to regular people. All I'm saying is... Well, that is exactly what I'm saying, because I don't understand how you could possibly expect me to sincerely think that they are on any way the same level.
Sir, have you ever talked to a zombie?
Of course I've spoken to zombies.
When?
I want to believe the best motives of people. I can't believe that of my son, even though it's shown to me every day that he's on TV, he's saying these things about people like me. I do feel that there's not vestigial, what's the word I'm looking for, like a nascent coming together of the zombie community. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's an alternative organisation to the one that you're talking about, that my son's involved in, quite soon amongst zombies to stand up for our rights a bit.
Sir, what do you have to say in response to allegations that you have undead family members?
I think that is absolutely none of the public's business. And I know you're trying to get this on camera, I do see your cameras, and I think it's ridiculous. That is my own private family business.
Donovan, is your father a zombie?
My father is dead. My father has never been anything but dead, and if you want to believe anything else, then quite frankly, you can go and fuck yourself! The session is over, I expect you to stop following me! Fuck!
We don't really go out as much as we did, obviously, and for those who do, like Janet, for those who do, I'd like to make it a safer space, and don't get me wrong, it's going to take years. It's going to take years.
But there are support networks that have started. Well, they're a bit underground. It's kind of like Alcoholics Anonymous, but it's like Zombies Anonymous a little bit. But it's good because you can get together with people, you can talk. You know, it's good to be with people that are in the same situation as you, because you know, we just want to be understood. That's all it is at the end of the day. We just want to be understood. Essentially, we just want to be left alone and left to live our lives kind of like we were before.
Yeah.
And we just need people to see that we're not a threat. We're not going to harm you. We're not monsters. We're not. I think you've got to have hope, not to be cheesy, but I think you've got to have hope in there that things are going to work out and it's going to pan out.
We live in hope.